is a ton of time to do a lot of stuff. So really quick, I just want to do our shout outs for our team. We've got a really long list of shout outs. This is really cool. So I'm just gonna go through our Success Club. So we've got Carrie at Success Club 19, always leading from the front. I love that. Me, Success Club 10, Bethany Allen, Success Club 8. She's not on right now. She lives in Japan, so her hours are all wonky. So she'll listen to the replay of this. Becky, Success Club 6. Joelle, Success Club 6. Julie, Success Club 6. Kirsten, Success Club 2. Is Kirsten on here? Kirsten? No, okay. Jessica Jewett, Success Club 2. Shannon, Success Club 2. Melissa, Success Club 2. Katrina Brewer, Success Club 1. Destiny, Success Club 2. Julie Getz, Success Club 2. Heather Morin, Success Club 2. Heather Hess, Success Club 2. And Lindsay Wright, Success Club 2. So that is so exciting, you guys. That's so many people that you've helped. And there are so many like newer names on that list. So like new coaches, that's amazing. So congratulations to all of you guys for hitting Success Club. And oh, sorry, the chat's like distracting me. I'm like a dog or something. Squirrel. So congratulations to everybody for getting those Success Club points and helping people. Like I said, there's still, what did I say, 6 days left in the month. So that's still a ton of time. We have a ton of things going on in August for you to use and leverage as coaches to hit Success Club or to get to your goals. So one of the huge things we have right now is the Beachbody Health Bet. And if you haven't already done a post about this on your page, I encourage you to go do it today, tonight. And make sure you say Beachbody Health Bet and then give some information about it. It's a great way for people to already do what they want to do anyways and get healthy and start with the challenge pack, but they're going to get paid to do it. So it's just an awesome extra incentive for them, especially I have found for my people who get a little tied up or a little hung up on the financial part of it. That always seems to be a really good motivator for them of, oh, hey, like I could get some of my money back or I'm going to get paid. That's pretty cool. And then also another huge thing for August, it's our biggest challenge pack sale that we've ever had ever. So all of our most popular programs are on sale, and this is huge. We have brand new Country Heat, which has just blown up. It has already surpassed the success of the 21-Day Fix, which is like was our huge program. So, and that is an awesome program to recommend and suggest for people who don't necessarily like working out or even hate working out, because it's fun and it fits into their schedules and their lives, and it's a lot of fun, but they're going to get really good results. And then we have all of our other most popular challenge packs on sale as well. So use those tools and use these promotions that Beachbody's given us for August to get to your goal, whatever it is. If it's to hit Success Club, if it's to hit Success Club 10 for the first time, whatever your goal is, use those to get to it. Sorry, and I don't even, Carrie, like, probably didn't even want me to talk about that, but I did. So there you go. Now you know. So, okay, so Carrie asked me to be the coach of the week this week, which is a huge honor, and she wanted me to talk about going from a brand new coach to a diamond coach in 4 months. That's what I did. I started coaching in February of this year, the very beginning of February, and I was able to become a diamond coach in 4 months. So I just want to talk a little bit about that, how I did it as a brand new coach, and hopefully I can help give you guys some pointers and insights. It's completely possible, and all of you are capable of becoming diamond coaches as well, wherever you are in your business. So I'm not as cool as Carrie and Becky on the last 2 calls where they do their PowerPoints, because I'm not a PowerPoint person, but I still have some points, and you can, yes, definitely still take notes. So I am going to run through my 6 main points and focuses from going from a brand new coach to a diamond coach.
Jessica, before you jump in, do you mind just kind of telling everyone, like for our brand new coaches, like what is a diamond coach and like why you want to get there? Because I know it's like, I didn't know what that was when I was brand new. So can you just kind of give a quick overcap of that? Overview?
Sure. Yes, I would love to. So, so there's different ranks as a coach when you are with Beachbody. Your very first big goal that you're going to reach is an emerald coach. And what that means is that you have 2 personally sponsored coaches underneath you on each side. And then your next rank above that will be ruby. And that is 2 on each side and 2 more.
4 coaches total, 2 of them are emeralds, 1 on each side.
4 coaches total, 2 are emerald, right? And then diamond is your next rank, and that is where you have 2. You have an emerald coach on each side, and then you have 6. Yes. 6.
3. So 4 coaches total on each side, 2 are emerald. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you totally got it. You were totally right.
I haven't looked at it in a long time, so.
No, you were right. I was just reiterating. Yes, that is exactly right.
Okay, so sorry.
Yeah.
I probably confused you guys more. But anyways, the reason that you want to get to diamond is, well, you get an additional diamond bonus paid out. But it's also just kind of, I think, like, for me, it was kind of that pivotal point where I really saw that this was turning into a business and that I was growing my team and I was getting to where I wanted to be as a coach and financially. So it was a big goal that, like, well, I guess I should say it was just my goal. When I learned about it and I learned about the different ranks, I'm like, you know, heck with emerald, heck with ruby, like I'm going straight for diamond. That's where I want to be. Because I want to see this business grow and build, and I felt like that's where I needed to get to really start to see that just in my business every day. I don't know, Carrie, do you have anything else you want to add to that? That wasn't very good.
No, I think that's perfect, and I think as a brand new coach, it's kind of like, I know at least for me, I'm like, oh, diamond, that's for those coaches. Like that's huge. That's like, I didn't think it was within reach. Like it sounds big and scary, but so I love your attitude towards it of like, oh, that's big and scary. I'm going to do it. Like that's what I want to do, which is exactly why I wanted you to talk on this call, because you're so right. It is something like, it is a big goal. And that really is when you talk to, what's cool too, when you go diamond, you get a corporate mentor, somebody from Beachbody corporate will sit down with you every single month and mentor you one-on-one. They'll go through your business, look at your numbers, what you're struggling with, and mentor you one-on-one. And that's really cool, like that. So once you become a diamond, so it's just kind of like I feel like when you're like a real business, you know? So it's definitely a huge goal, but it's something totally obtainable, like what Jessica said. So yes, for sure.
Awesome. Good deal. Yeah. So I think when I went into it too, like, yeah, it seemed big and scary, but I knew that I could do it because I feel like that's what this business is it's just a bunch of us normal, everyday gals and guys. But if we set our mind to it, we can do these things. And I just took that as my reality and I did it. Okay. So like I said, I have 6 main points and focuses of going from coach to diamond. And this can be applied to wherever you are in your business, whether you've been in the business for a while or you're a brand new coach, because like I was a brand new coach starting in February. So my very first point is Success Club is a non-negotiable. This hit me from day one. When I had my call with Carrie, my new coach call with Carrie, we talked about Success Club a little bit, and I kept hearing and seeing on the team pages and the calls that in order to be successful, Success Club has to be a non-negotiable. And that was my mentality from the very beginning. Even though I didn't know much about the business, I felt like there was so much to learn and I kind of felt overwhelmed. I knew that I had to hit Success Club every single month, and that is what was going to drive my business forward. That was how I was going to be able to gauge my business from a graphical and statistic standpoint to know that I was moving forward was Success Club. So that's my first point. Number 2 is to set daily, weekly, and monthly goals. So when I started coaching, I knew that I wanted to go diamond. I didn't even really look much. I mean, I knew I needed to hit emerald first to go diamond, but I didn't even focus so much on those. My focus was diamond. And I set my daily, weekly, and monthly goals to align with that ultimate goal. So I kind of looked at my successes, like how many conversations did I have to have and how many invites did I have to do to get a new client or to get a new coach. And then I just, kind of did the math and I'm like, okay, well then I need to talk to this many people this month or this week to have X number of new clients or coaches by the end. And so that's something that's really good for you to sit down and think about, if it takes me 30, if I have to talk to 30 people to get one new client and I want to hit Success Club 10 this month, so I need 5 new clients, how many people am I going to have to talk to? And then sit yourself down, put it on your calendar, make your daily, daily, weekly, and monthly goals to talk to that many people and do that many invites and do that many follow-ups. I did a training, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but on our team retreat, I did a training on recruiting, which was so fun. And so I do want to just say that in my goals, you're talking to people and you're inviting and you're having conversations, and it's wonderful. But always remember that the magic is in the follow-up. So as you're setting your goals, follow up with those people that you're talking to. Do not let them fall through the cracks. Don't let all of your hard work go to waste. You're having these conversations. It can be scary. You're putting yourself out there. So if they say no or if they say not right now, don't just let them fall through the cracks. That is the momentum that you're building. So I won't go too much into that because I could talk on and on and on about following up. It's kind of my thing that I like to talk about. So, but set your goals. And so when I was looking at where I was and where I needed to be to hit diamond, once I helped one of my personally sponsored coaches go emerald, I knew that by the date that I wanted to go diamond, I needed to get another coach to emerald. And I actually pushed my husband to emerald. And I'm sure we can talk more into depth about this on another call, but putting your spouse underneath you as a coach, if you want to build this business, is going to be a really good and strategic move. And that's how I did it. That's how I went diamond. I had a coach that was emerald. I had some others that I was working with, but I knew if I wanted to hit my goal by my goal date, that I was going to push him to emerald. So that's what I did. I got myself to Success Club first, and then I got him to an emerald coach. And so that's something I know you guys probably have heard a little bit, or you will hear about putting your spouse under you and getting your spouse to emerald and advancing their rank as well. So that's definitely something to consider and look into as you work towards going diamond. So that's what I did. That was one of my emerald coaches was my husband, which was cool because then he got the extra bonus, and which meant I got the extra bonus, and so that was kind of fun too. Okay, so my third point is every customer a coach. This was my mentality, and I don't know if our more seasoned coaches will agree with this or not, but my mentality was, if I am talking to somebody and I am putting in the time, the effort, and the energy to get them to commit to a healthy lifestyle and do a challenge pack and do a challenge group with me, then you better believe I am also making sure that they are signing up with the coach discount. I want to set them up for that opportunity as a coach if they want to later on down the road, but I want to set my clients up for the best opportunity financially too. So if they fall in love with Shakeology in their first challenge group in their first 30 days, and then they want to get it again, and they found out they could have gotten it at a discount, but they're not, they're going to be like, Jessica, what the heck? So I always, like for my Success Club points every month, if I were to pull them up for you guys and show you, typically the majority of my new customers are coaches. I do try and focus on inviting coaches to the business who want to work the business, but whether they want to or not, I always recommend signing them up as at least a discount coach. That was how I was able to build up my left leg and my right leg really quickly to get to Diamond. And it gave me a little bit of cushion as I was working. If I'd have somebody leave or something like that, like I wasn't hanging on by a thread, because I was building up that momentum and building up on both sides of my left leg and right leg for coaches. And even if they were just discount coaches, that was okay. But that was kind of my mentality. And I just felt like if they were going to pay for a challenge pack, I was going to do them the service of making sure that they had the opportunity to be a coach if they wanted to, and to get them that discount. So yeah, so that just built up my downline really quickly, and really helped me to start building on my business. Okay, number 4. This is probably, I always feel like I should do the last one is the most important, but this one's probably the most important to me, is consistency. You will hear it time and time and time again in this business. If you want to be successful, you need to be consistent. I had this mentality from the very beginning that was shown to me by Carrie and the other coaches that were successful, that you need to show up for yourself and show up for your business every single day. So in my consistency, that's what I did. I knew I had to show up. And this is important for your momentum. If you want to keep your momentum up, you can't start and stop. I was listening to a podcast the other day about a very successful coach, but in the beginning, she was really struggling with her business because she would work for like 4 days and then take 3 days off, and then work for 3 days and then take 4 days off. So she was always constantly having to like start from the beginning. She would build up a little momentum and then just completely cut it off, and it wasn't getting her anywhere. She was just spinning her wheels. So in line with your consistency, keep up your momentum, show up every single day, even if it's just little things. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. So keep up your momentum and be consistent. This ties into our daily vital behaviors. This was really a big thing for me as a brand new coach, because there's a lot of information with being a coach. There's a lot to learn. I'm still learning. I've only been doing this for 6 months now. But with the vital behaviors, I felt like that was something that I could grasp and understand and execute from the very beginning. So I'll just run through them really quickly. I know most of you know them, but for our brand new coaches, I'll just run through them really fast. Vital behavior number 1 is invite. Invite. I like to say attract, connect, invite, but that's vital behavior number 1 is invite. Vital behavior number 2 is be proof of the product. Share how Shakeology is helping you just in your daily life as a mom, and helps with your energy and is helping you lose weight, or is helping you feel healthier. When you do your workouts, talk about them. People want to be able to relate to you, like, oh, hey, that girl's doing this. I could totally do that. So be proof of the product. Your personal development is vital behavior number 3. So if you do not currently have something that you're reading or listening to, I highly recommend starting that ASAP. And if you need recommendations, Carrie's got an entire bookshelf behind her that she can give you recommendations. I've got some as well. I'm a podcast girl, so if you like to listen to things versus reading, I can totally hook you up with some podcasts. And then vital behavior number 4 is recognition. This is a new one that has been added, but it is awesome to, especially for people who are watching you. I think if they want to join your team and if they see you recognizing maybe a challenger that you have, or someone on your team, they're going to look at that and say, hey, if I was on her team, if I was a coach with her, like she would recognize me, and that would make me feel important and special. So, you know, if I want to sign up, like I would want to sign up on her team. So that's important for the people who are watching you. So that all just kind of goes in line with consistency, is showing up every day, keeping your momentum up, doing your vital behaviors every single day. That will power your business forward, and you will definitely see results from that. Okay, number 5 is treat your business like a business. I've talked to a lot of coaches. I've listened to a lot of coaches. I've seen a lot of coaches on personal development who say that they're struggling to feel like they're really doing anything with their business. And I think that comes from not treating it like a business. If you treat this business like a business, your biggest thing that you want to do is set business hours. You will see such a shift, a positive shift in your business if you set business hours now and you stick to them. So for me personally, every morning I wake up, I get the little one, you know, ready, breakfast, diaper change, and then I sit down for about an hour and a half while he plays, and I work. I do a post, I follow up on messages, I try and do my power of 4. Yes, exactly, Carrie. You won't feel like you're constantly checking your phone every minute, or if somebody responds to a message, you have to like hop on and do it right then. Don't do that to yourself. You're gonna burn yourself out. So like I said, for me, I work for about an hour, hour and a half in the morning. Then for about 30 minutes in the afternoon, when my little one goes down for a nap, I check back in, I reply to some messages, I do a post. And then in the evenings, whether it's when my husband's giving our son a bath or after he goes to bed, I wrap everything up for the day. I make sure that my vital behaviors, that my power of 4 is done. I make sure my follow-ups are done, and I plan for the next day. And I write things down in my planner to get me set up for the next day. In the beginning, I wasn't setting business hours. And just like Carrie said, like I felt like I was glued to my phone, and it was exhausting. And I would just like, somebody would send me a message and I'd respond right away. I'd be going and checking to be like, oh, did somebody like this post that I did, so I can go send him a message and follow up, and and I was on my phone all the time, and it was hard. My husband's like, get your face out of your phone, like. So set your business hours and stick to them. Not only is it going to help you just feel more organized, it's also going to make you not feel burnt out, because this business can become addicting. You can be on your phone or on your computer all the time, but I promise you, doing that is not going to get you very far. You're going to spin your wheels. You're going to burn yourself out. So treat this business like a business and set your business hours and stick to them, and whatever it has to be. And, you know, I know we've all got different schedules. We've got kids in school. We've got, you know, full-time jobs outside of this. So whatever it is that you have to do, make it work for you. Okay, and then my final point or focus, number 6, is to be patient and trust the process. I was listening to another podcast, I know, shocking, and it was talking about, this was a coach she's like a 2-time elite coach, you know, very successful in this business, and she was talking about how so many people quit this business. So many come through and cycle through. And she said it's not because they lack skill. It's not because they lack the ability to learn about this business. It's nothing like that. What they lacked was patience. They weren't seeing these crazy, amazing results right away. So they just left. They just quit, and they just dropped the ball. So if there was one piece of advice that I could say for myself personally, I was really, like I had my goal set for Diamond, and I went for it and I achieved it. But I did have some setbacks where I didn't think that I was going to get it on the date that I had set for the end of June. And I told myself, if I don't hit that, that's okay. Like I'll hit it next month or the following month, just because I'm not where I want to be now doesn't mean I'm not going to get there. The only thing that I have to do is stay here and show up and be consistent, and I will get there. You know, whether it takes me a month or 6 months or a year to be where I want to be, that opportunity is there for me to grasp if I just stick with it. So one thing that I would recommend, if you haven't yet, is reading The Compound Effect. I think that applies to us as coaches, especially new coaches. Is in the beginning, we're doing a lot of work, we're putting in a lot of time, and we're not necessarily seeing a lot of return, whether financially or what have you. But as we go and as we continue, that compound effect is going to grow. And then then over time it will be, you know, we will start to see the rewards and the financial aspect and our teams build. So, and I guess if there was just one piece of advice that I could leave you guys with is to stick with it, because the time is going to pass anyways. In a year from now, it will be a year from now. And if you give up, you'll be where you are. But if you stick with it in a year from now, you will definitely be in a much better place. So when you get frustrated, when you get discouraged, when you're not sure, you know, if what you're doing is building and counting towards what you're working for, it is. And that time will pass anyway. So stick with it and set your goals and be consistent and treat your business like a business. And I know that you guys will all do great. So that's just my, that's just kind of my, as I was thinking about how I went to Diamond, those were things that I really focused on. So there you go. There you have it.
You're so awesome. Thank you, Jessica. I know it's when you hear Jessica speak, you'd think she's been doing this forever. But it's crazy to think in February she was brand new, like, I know what I'm doing, you know, and we all start that way. So I want to add a few things to Jessica from a mentor's point of view that I can say I think really attributed to her success. Is something I've loved about Jessica is right off the bat, she was sharing unapologetically with people about what she was doing and why. So like right off the bat, she's like, did a video of her working out. Like that took me like a year before I was confident to do that. She was like doing a video of her working out, and she was sharing about her shake and why she loves it and how it's helped her. And she was talking about coaching right off the bat, like, being a coach is so fun. And I'm like, oh, you've been a coach for a week. I'm so glad you love it. But she was already sharing that with people. And from a mentor's perspective, like, if I tell her to do something, she did it. She's like, okay, that freaks me out, but I'll do it. And so I think that really attributed to her success is right off the bat, she had her goals, but she also she was open about what she was doing and why. And I think Jessica, I mean, you hear her talking, she just has excitement and enthusiasm and a pure heart. And I think that people know that if you're genuinely trying to help people. And I think from her post right off the bat, she was very open about, being vulnerable with people and not just posting the sweaty selfies, but also posting the struggles and things she's going through. Okay, go upstairs.
No, I don't want pieces.
So I think from my point of view, I think that really attributed to it is just that unapologetically posting what you're doing and why, and telling people, I'm a coach, and being a coach is awesome, and it's fun, and I love it, and why would I be embarrassed about that? It's such a great thing, and I think as a new coach, that's scary to do. So thank you so much, Jessica. I am going to preach for a second to everybody since I have you all on here, because I've been thinking about something a lot, and I've had multiple coaches talk to me about this subject in the past just week. And so I know if more than one coach has come to me on this topic, then that probably means more people are struggling with it. And so I just wanted to touch on it just a little bit. And that's exactly was Jessica's last point. Being persistent or patient and trusting the process. I know, you guys, I know that this can be frustrating sometimes. This is an amazing business and it's so fun. It's fulfilling when you're helping people, but at the same time, it is hard and it is frustrating. And there are times when you feel like you're doing everything right and nothing is happening. And you wonder, all of us wonder, why am I doing this? Maybe I'm not supposed to do this. Maybe this isn't right. Okay, we all have those thoughts. But just like Jessica said, it's not a matter of if you can do it. It's a matter of, are you going to keep doing it? If you look around right now, in 1 year, you guys, a lot of these faces are going to look different. And that's just the truth of this business. When I started and I got on my very first call like this, I looked around at the faces. If I were to, you know, now when I get on my coaches' calls, it looks very different. A lot of those people I started with are gone. They're nowhere to be found. But guess what? The people whose faces are still around, they are all successful coaches. Every single one of them, where we started out together and we stuck with it. They're all my success partners, Bria and Amy and Jen Bottom. We're all Star Diamond coaches now. We all have made good incomes. We're not awesome. I mean, we're kind of awesome. But the fact is we didn't give up. We kept going. We're still here. We're still here. 2 years later, we're still here. And a lot of those faces, if they would have just kept showing up, they would still be in the picture of this cute little team with all the boxes, you know, but they're not. And it's not, like I said, it's not because we're better.
Could you please give me a different kind of red fruit? I don't like peaches.
You don't have to yell. He doesn't like peaches. He doesn't want peaches, you guys, in case you didn't catch that. So anyways, buddy, give me 5 minutes, okay?
No.
I'm going to grab bananas. Hold on.
Oh, no. What makes like a block? Okay.
Sorry. We have the dried fruit in our pantry. It's like dehydrated fruit for our food storage, and they're into it. So anyway, so that's kind of like, I've been thinking a lot just about success and how it really is something that takes time. Now, I loved listening to Jessica and hearing her experience because she did do it fast. You know, 4 months, she got a great amount of success. Guess what, you guys? If you've been a coach for longer than 4 months and you're still not diamond, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean you're not doing the right things. It happens differently for different people. Just because she did it in 4 months doesn't mean I'm a loser, I didn't do it, okay? I want you guys to hear her side to show what is possible, because it took me a year, okay? But I wanted you to know it doesn't have to take a year. You can do it shorter. But just keep in mind, if it takes you longer, that's okay too. That doesn't mean you're okay. That doesn't mean you're not ever going to be successful. You will if you hang in here long enough. Like I said, I was thinking about success and uh-oh, somebody's calling. Do you guys hear that? Of how success really does take time. Like my oldest brother just finished his residency to be a doctor. So he's now a real doctor. And guess what? He's 37 years old. And he's finally getting his first real paycheck. 37 years old, you guys. It took him, he's been in school literally the past 24 years of his life or whatever. I mean, he started when he was 5 and now he's 37. So like a lot of years. But just thinking about like all the successful people, many of them. I mean, think of like Michael Jordan. You know, when we think basketball, we think of Michael Jordan. He got cut when he was trying out for the high school basketball team. He failed. He wasn't successful right off the beginning, but he kept going. Success is one of those things like, you guys have heard to the, what's that guy's name? General Sanders, the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy, how he tried to sell his business to over 100 people before anyone gave him a chance. And he was over 50 years old. Like he was old, but he kept going and it kept going and kept going. And it took a long time, but then he got this crazy successful business. And that's what you have to keep in mind when it comes to success. Any type of success in any business does not just happen, whether you're a doctor, whether you're you're an entrepreneur like all of us, like it doesn't take a year. If you read any book about, like I have a bunch of business books that my husband made me read, and all of them say like their first 5 years as a business, they lost money every single year. They lost money. But then they kept going, and then 20 years later, they're crazy successful. I just read in my book this morning about some of the top CEOs. They started off as like, when you first knew them 20 years ago, they weren't anything special, but they kept going, they kept showing up, and now there's some top CEOs in major companies. So that's just kind of my thoughts of like I said, a lot of coaches have talked to me about this I'm not a lot, but a couple coaches. And so I know a lot of us are thinking it of, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if this is working. I've been doing this for X amount of time and I'm still not making money. I'm still not doing anything. And guess what? That's okay. Success takes time. It just does. It just does. That's just life. and you just keep showing up and you keep working and doing the right things. And then like Jessica said, a year will pass regardless, and you can be where you are now, or you can be farther ahead. And in 3 years, your life can look totally different when you keep showing up, doing those little things. Ask anyone who is successful. They will tell you, I worked a lot when I first started, a lot. And I didn't make money. I wasn't successful. But then they kept going and they kept going, and they knew why they wanted it. And I think that's a key, is knowing why you want this, and having that mindset of, I know I want this. It's going to take time, but I'm going to get there. You guys know my big dream is to like go live in Hawaii with my kids in the summer when they're older, and just playing on the beach all day. And that's like, you know, that's my dream, having my kids, my little boy, well, they'll be big boys, but like having them to myself and having those memories and having, you know, that drives me. And I picture us getting up in the morning and doing my miracle morning and doing my work and then spending all day on the beach. And of course, you know, that's one of my whys. I have lots, but those things keep me going. It's more, you know, we all want to help people, but I think you do have to have something that's keeping you going and not giving up, because it is hard. Jessica, did you ever fail in the past 6 months since you became a coach when you were trying to get to Diamond?
Yes, I think, well, I said in my call, like, there were several times in that last month where I was like, I'm not going to do it. Like, there's no way. How am I going to do this? Something would come up. Something would happen. So
we were down to the wire. We were like messaging each other, like, is it going to happen? Yeah.
Yes, and it was like, we have to do this, and we have to switch this, and I don't think it's going to work, and but it was just failing forward.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's like what I just wanted to, like, I've been thinking about, and I just wanted to, like I said, if a couple coaches have been struggling, I know a lot of us have. And it is hard, you guys. It is hard. I have been a coach now for going on 3 years. And coaches who have been coaches for 3 years are now speaking on the National Wake Up Call, and they're like $1 billion star diamond coaches making like $1 billion. And I'm not. Don't you think I feel like a failure sometimes? Yes. But guess what? I know I want this, and I have my own definition of success. To me, success is not just rank and income. Success for me is knowing I'm making a difference and I'm helping people. And so it's really easy to get caught up on, oh, well, Jessica hit Diamond in 4 months. Oh, I'm a loser. Okay, no. Know what your definition of success is and stick to that. Put on your blinders. Okay, we're not paying attention to what everyone else is doing. We're paying attention to, this is my goal. This is what I want. This is why I'm doing this. And this is my definition of success. So for me, I don't worry about Success Club numbers. I don't worry about rank. To me, my definition of success is knowing I am making a difference and I'm helping people. And that's okay. So when other coaches are way ahead of me, that's awesome. But I'm not a loser just because I'm not there. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to put down my mic, but I just wanted to say that. So if you guys have any questions for Jessica, do not be shy. That's why we have these calls, is to ask questions and ask for help. So I'm going to mute back out, and you guys can unmute yourselves and ask anything.
I have a question. So one of your points was that you approach each customer as a coach, or with the coaching opportunity. So are most of those then end up be discount coaches, or are they actively, because I don't ever do that. I mean, I just always sign them up as a customer first. So.
Yeah, so several of them are still discount coaches. What I like to do though is, especially if they're brand new and they're starting their first challenge group, I will treat them and coach them as a client, and I will watch them very specifically in the challenge group, and then once it's over, that's when I will then decide if it's appropriate to present them with the coaching opportunity. Like, hey girl, I don't know if you realize this or not, but you're basically already a coach, with your behaviors and and just what you're doing in the group and like posting on their personal page. And I'm like, oh, and by the way, like you're already signed up to do it, so you don't have to do anything except start. And they're like, oh, okay. So that's kind of why I set it up that way. It's worked well for me to kind of set them up for, if I see that potential in them, to set them up from the get-go and then watch them and coach them and then follow up with that and say, you know, the potential is there and I see it for you. So I have had a few of my discount coaches who I am now switching over to be business builders. So that's why, you know, it builds up your downline, which is great for you. And then it sets them up already so they don't have to do anything additional or spend any additional money or anything because they're already signed up as a coach. So I don't know, does that answer your question, Becky?
I do have a script. I don't have it in the Google Drive now that I think of it, but there is a script that you walk through people and say, you know, there's a couple options for you when you sign up. One, you can sign up or you can sign up with the membership discount, or I think that's what they call it, where you can sign up as a coach and you say 25% right off the bat. Which option would you want? And it's like, well, duh, I want to sign up with the 25% discount. But keep in mind, like, I was a discount coach. I started off with zero intention of coaching ever. And I was a discount coach for like a year and a half. And so you never know, like, starting people off, once they kind of see the team culture and stuff, like discount coaches can easily turn into business builders. So I that's how I got to Diamond too, Jessica, exactly. Is I presented coaching to everyone of, hey, if you're going to sign up, you know, you can save 25% right off the bat. And most everyone's like, oh yeah, why wouldn't I do that? For sure.
Yeah, I do that script every time I'm doing the pricing. When we get to the pricing, I'm like, okay, here's what you get. And I write it all down, or, you know, do it all out. And I do it from a coaching perspective. And I'm like, or you can just sign up as a customer, you know, and they're like, well, duh.
And pay full price, loser. No,
so
something also going along with that, Becky, I don't know if you guys do this in your challenge groups, but I do this in my challenge groups every time. I've started doing, I told you guys, the daily action items. So every day I say daily action items in all caps. And then I put 1, log your workout and Shakeology. 2, for extra points, share a sweaty selfie on Facebook with something motivational. You know, I'm already setting them up to be coaches by them already sharing something motivational, something, you know, and they can inspire their friends. Like, it's inspiring to see people on a fitness journey. And then if they're already coaches, then you can say, hey, did you notice 6 of your friends just said, dang, I wish I had your motivation? Like, those are great people to reach out to, you know. So I think that's smart to have them in there like that. Lindsay, did you have a question? I saw you raise your hand.
I did. Is the 25% off just off of Shakeology, or is it off of, like, when they sign up? Sorry, I don't even know how to phrase the question. That's how lost I am. But it's, yeah, do you know what I mean? So is there 25% off their challenge pack or just the Shakeology portion?
It's all future orders. So the challenge pack is the same price for everybody, and coaches can't buy challenge packs. So it'll be $140 whether you sign up as a coach or as a customer. All your future orders are 25% off if it's just a program or Shakeology. And military, you guys, all military families get those fees waived. So if you know people who are active duty military, their spouse also gets that fee waived. So like, and then veterans. So if you have somebody who is a veteran, they can sign up and also get all their fees waived. So they don't have to pay the $15 a month coaching fee like we do. They get those waived. Now that's only for active duty military or the retired actual military member, not the spouse. Okay.
Question. When you're signing your spouse up to be under one of your legs, if they're not actually really going to be doing anything with the business, is that detrimental for you to have them under you, or is it still beneficial?
I think it is beneficial if you keep them active. So when I decided to sign my husband up under me, I knew that I would have to work his business for him in order to keep him active, which meant that he was still receiving his Shakeology home direct order every month.
Okay.
So and then I also will, if I am at Success Club and I'm at my goal, I will try and get him to Success Club as well. I've only done this 1 month actually, but it is something that worked out for me. And I think in the beginning it can be kind of tough because you might have to be paying for their Shakeology to keep them active. But in the long run, it is extremely beneficial to, I think, Carrie, wasn't it Emma who said because she didn't do that, she was missing out on like $2,000 a week or a month or something like that just from bonuses because she didn't put her husband. And
yeah. So the way it works, that's a really great question, Raylene. And so the way it works with this business is it's all about volume. That's how you make money, is off of volume. The way you get volume is by anything you sell and anything people placed underneath you. So it's like a tree, so I'm the mama here. You guys are all in my tree. But also, like, if I have Joelle right here, maybe Jessica and maybe Melissa, you know what I mean? So if you have your husband, your brand new business, and you have your husband right at the top with you, this whole time you work this business, he's also going to have volume from all your coaches placed underneath him. So for me, I signed up my husband like Jessica did when I was trying to go diamond. I had one coach who was working the business, got to emerald, and I was like, okay, I need another emerald. So I signed up my husband. He was drinking Shakeology anyways, signed him up, and then made him emerald by signing up 2 coaches underneath him. And he literally does nothing. I do nothing with his business. I'm starting to kind of work it again, but I mean, his paycheck today was over $100 and he does nothing. He makes like close to $500 a month by just sitting there as an emerald coach. So like Jessica said, in the beginning, it is hard because you have to keep them active, and that can mean, that's $50 a month of, you have to, personal volume. So that's either them selling something or they're purchasing, So you can do the performance line. You don't have to just do Shakeology. You can do something cheaper as long as it's 50 PV. But, anyways, but in the long run, it is beneficial because they're at the top of your tree and they're benefiting from all your volume of people that you have built underneath them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I know it's super confusing, but I would not sign them up until, like, if you don't have another coach underneath you, there's no point in signing your spouse up right away because it doesn't get you to emerald. It doesn't do you any good. Like, you just have one coach under you and you're just making 2 orders. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't sign them up until it actually makes sense to sign them up. Like to go emerald or to go diamond or something like that.
Okay.
So do people get bugged if like they're his,
like if it's not your name?
Yeah, like if they're like, wait, why is your husband my coach? And I'm like, well, actually, he's not.
So I tell them right up. So I'll tell them, like, just so you know, it says Kirk Kinsey. That's actually me. That's my husband. We do like a, I'll say we run our businesses together. Okay. And I've never had anyone care. Like, new coaches are signed up underneath my husband, and because, like I said, I'm trying to now build his business to diamond. So I'm trying to now give him some coaches, but I've never had anyone, they'll be like, wait, am I still yours? And I'm like, yes, I promise I will treat you the exact same. It's just a different name at the top, but it's really me, I promise. So yeah, so it's definitely something to think about, like with the whole getting your spouse. Yeah. Good question, Raylene.
Thank you.
Anyone else? No. Awesome. I'm just Becky, go ahead.
Sorry, not really on the subject, but someone asked me, as far as the health bet goes, and you're doing a coach only group, but if you're already doing a challenge group that spans that time, even as a coach, but you're part of it, right? So does that count, or do you still need to join the coaches only group? Do you need to be a participant, or can you be a coach, I guess?
As long as you're logging, yes. As long as you're logging, also, you get a part of it. If you're logging your 5 Shakeologies and your 3 workouts. And you guys, I don't know if you guys saw, but I just saw that if you live in Arizona, Colorado, Canada, or Maryland, you or your customers, they can get a free 7-day sampler of Shakeology. So for those of us Arizona girls or Canada girls, like, tell your friends, like, if you want to try Shakeology, you can get a 7-day sampler pack so they can take part in the help it. They can try out all the flavors. They just have to write like a letter. I could post the information, but I thought that is really cool that they're doing free sampler packs of Shakeology to people in those states.
For doing the bet, or just for doing the letter?
So they have to write a letter and send it to Beachbody, and they'll send them their supplies so they can be part of the health bet. Yeah.
Oh.
So I need to reread it closer, but somebody said it's for all 4 weeks. They can get a free 7-pack.
It is.
Is it for all 4 weeks? Yeah.
But it's I think they already said, like, to have it for the first week, you had to have done it by the 23rd. They had to receive it by the 23rd. So.
Okay, so maybe then they need to send the letter this week to get it for the following.
Right. They could maybe get the other following weeks, but I think so. I think there's some law that they can't require them to buy to receive part of the contest winnings or something like that. But
gotcha. There's some sort of law. Okay, that makes sense. Just in those states, I guess, which is why certain states are only allowed. Awesome. So anyone else have any questions for our shiny, beautiful Jessica? No.
I don't have a question. I'm just like stand in awe of anyone who's doing this long term. I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. It's so hard. It's the worst. It's like, putting it out there. And, oh my gosh, they keep rejecting me. I can't take it. So
it gets easier. It really does.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep at it, but good job, everybody.
And once you start getting those messages, like today I just got a message from this girl. Like, she's never bought Shakeology or anything from me, but she's done, I've let her in groups and she's done fitness programs. And she just messaged me today and she's like, I just want to tell you again, thank you so much. Like, I owe you my health. Like, if it wasn't for you, I never would have made a healthy change. And I feel so much better now. And those messages, that's when you're like, okay, I'm going to keep going, because that's really what it all comes down to. Like, I've never cried over a paycheck, but I cry all the time over the messages I get from people. Like, I helped you. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel so happy. So that's really why you keep going. Like, it really, like, it's really pretty cool what we get to do, but it is really hard for sure. Anyways, all right, you guys. So thank you so much for hopping on. Real quick, we are going to be having a new coach, or a coach sneak peek, starting on Monday. And I think I'm going to switch that up this month. Instead of doing a 3-day sneak peek, so this is to invite your prospects too, right? Your prospects for coaching. I think I need to talk to the leaders on the team, but I think we might try doing just like a group, but just doing like an event. So it's like a Monday or Tuesday, whatever day we decide, between 7 and 8 p.m. or whatever time. And then every like 5 minutes, a new person gets on live and shares just a little thing. So like, hi, I'm Carrie. I'm going to tell you real quick about how you earn money as a coach. Da-da-da-da. And then when you finish, a new coach gets on live and says, okay, let's talk about what do you do as a coach? And even if people don't watch it live, those are all stored in the group and they can go through. And I think that there might be something just different than like the 3-day drawn out thing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to talk to the leaders and see what they think on the team. But just so you know, we do have a coaching op starting on Monday. So if you want to invite people to it, then that will be happening. So, all right, you guys, we're 4:30 on the dot. We're doing good. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. It's always so fun to see you guys, and always know, like, one of my favorite things about coaching is this. We have this ohana, this family. That's why I chose the pineapple as our logo, is that whole theme of like ohana. That means like we help each other and we support each other and never feel uncomfortable on this team of, if you're struggling, like there's going to be someone else going through that too, and somebody else who might have read something in their personal development just for you. So please, like, know that you're in a safe place and you can always reach out. Like, that's why we're here. So, all right, you guys, Enjoy the rest of your week. If you are one of my, in my leadership group, please stay on the line for just a couple more minutes. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week.